Themselves as a supplier of rebuilt printing machinery, the industry is littered with horror stories of printers who have bought equipment without making sensible judgments about the people they're buying from. Low-cost equipment, supported by worthless warranties and installed by inexperienced people, will not only prove to be a bad buy, but could also be the downfall of a printing company. So, how can you be sure that the machine you want has been rebuilt to the high standard you expect? You can if you come to KENMART. Every used printing machine supplied is put through a first-class rebuilding process, either at KENMART's head office at St Paul's Cray, Orpington, Kent, or at their works in Lewisham, southeast London. As you can see, they take pride in appearances. But it's what lies behind the attractive exterior that really counts. As one of the largest press rebuilders in the world, the KENMART organization can provide a vast selection of used printing machinery to suit your needs. Many presses have been bought from existing clients, so KENMART know a good deal about their history and how they perform. After checking the machine at the customer's premises, KENMART will decide whether the machine is suitable for rebuilding. If it is, it'll be bought and placed in their stock until it's required. So when you contact KENMART, there's always a comprehensive stock to choose from, which includes Heidelberg, Roland, Mitsubishi, Miller, to the latest technology, Komori. Indeed, KENMART and Komori's development has been inextricably linked since 1967, when KENMART's chairman, Martin Kennedy, installed the very first Komori printing machine in the United Kingdom. In addition, Martin actually installed the first Komori Sprint 4-color in Europe in 1971. Roy Jenkinson, managing director, has also been involved in the development of Komori, first as a demonstrator in 1972, and later to head up Komori's European operation during the 80s and early 90s. The Komori link is not limited only to the senior directors. Indeed, many of KENMART's technicians, including electronics engineers and print demonstrators, have been specializing in Komori presses for many years. Because KENMART rebuild all the major manufacturers' equipment, they're able to provide expert technical information and advice. To help you decide which to buy, KENMART's sales department will advise you on the most suitable machine for your company, taking into account the size of your business and print requirements. KENMART has invested strongly in their craftsmen and facilities, one of the few printing engineering companies to operate an apprenticeship program. They maintain a team of 50 specialists working on 10 to 15 machines at any one time. KENMART can supply a rebuilt model very quickly. Once you've decided which machine you want, the rebuild process can begin. First, the machine is completely dismantled. The next job is to examine every working part of the machine. The ink units, deliveries and feeders are taken to sub-assembly, where they're completely dismantled, cleaned and fully rebuilt. The cylinders are examined for concentric running and signs of wear or damage. If they're not up to standard, they'll be built up by metal spraying and regrinding to the dimensions specified by the manufacturers. It's worth mentioning that some less quality-conscious suppliers will overlook the problem of metal spraying and regrind the existing metal, taking the cylinders away from the correct dimensions, which will result in printing problems later. Ancillary parts are examined for wear and suitability. Replacement parts can normally be supplied from the manufacturers. However, this can sometimes involve unacceptable delays, so KENMART manufacture parts in their own engineering workshop. It's important to note that anyone who claims to rebuild presses could not possibly do so if they have to source all their parts directly from the manufacturers. To be a dedicated rebuilder, an in-house parts manufacturing facility such as this is essential. Cosmetics play an important part in a KENMART rebuild. They not only want the machine to operate well, they want it to look good for you and your customers. The guarding is checked to determine what kind of modifications are needed to ensure they meet with the very latest CE safety requirements. Qualified technicians carry out the rebuilding of all of the machine's motors and electronic equipment, including the very latest off-press controls. After reassembly, customers are invited to attend a print test carried out by one of KENMART's in-house printers to confirm the print quality and acceptance of the machine. At KENMART, they rebuild used printing machines according to the manufacturer's original specifications, giving each press a whole new lease of life. Every rebuilt press is fitted with a new set of inking and dampening rollers and supplied with a new toolkit. Additionally, where appropriate, they will enhance the original specification by carrying out modifications and fitting the latest labor-saving devices. The reliability, production capabilities and print quality of these machines is just as you would expect from a new machine. That's because KENMART will only approve an excellent standard of work and nothing less. Buy a second-hand machine from an unknown dealer or directly from a printer, and who knows how well it'll operate a year or even a month later. KENMART's name is your guarantee that you're buying a machine that's been thoroughly checked and tested, not just once, but several times during the rebuild process. Only when it's reached this stage can it be awarded the final seal of approval, the KENMART nameplate. The rebuilt machine is loaded, delivered and installed by KENMART's skilled engineers. When the installation has been completed, one of KENMART's printers will be there to demonstrate the controls and operation of the machine. With a comprehensive guarantee on parts and labour and optional service contracts available, you can concentrate on getting on with your business. In the event of problems with the machine, you can contact KENMART's service or spare parts department for helpful and friendly advice. The KENMART business philosophy is very simple. Work hard and give every customer the very best service. Every member of the KENMART team is a master of their craft and understandably proud of the total service they provide. There's a permanently open invitation to any prospective customer to visit the workshops to see at first hand what they do and how they do it. From the inside out, KENMART means total rebuild, total quality.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for taking the time to visit us here on the KENMART stand. The Komori Lithrone 528 that you will see demonstrated here today is a typical KENMART rebuild. This press was fully rebuilt at our Orpington factory, one of 3 KENMART factories in the southeast of England. The KENMART organisation specialises in the supply of used Komori presses, selling approximately 50 machines per year into the UK market. When this demonstration is completed, the barriers will be removed from the front of the machine, and you are very welcome to examine the machine in detail and see for yourself the extremely high standards of our workmanship. This particular press has been fitted with the new Simijutech toolless plate changing system. The Semigitech uses a completely new method of attaching the printing plate to the plate cylinder. This system has been available in Japan for approximately 2 years, and there are over 1,500 installations in that market. The system was launched in the US in May of this year, and already there are around 40 installations. Semigitech offers many of the advantages of auto plate changing, but at a fraction of the cost. Most importantly, though, is the fact that it is retrofittable to virtually any press. During this demonstration, you will see that 4 plates can be removed and 4 new plates fitted in approximately 5 minutes. Graham, our demonstrator, will now remove the plates from the previous job and install the plates for the new job. Using the television monitor to help you see more closely, you should be able to see the system in action. As you can see, there are no tools needed for this procedure. The printing plate is not clamped, nor is it tensioned. Therefore, the plate is not distorted in any way and can be used over and over again. You should now be able to see that the plate is actually held in place on the plate cylinder by an adhesive. This adhesive acts rather like that of a post-it pad, in that it can hold its adhesive qualities through hundreds of applications. The old plate is removed simply by peeling it away from the adhesive base plate. The new plate is first positioned onto register pins at the front edge, and by then rolling the plate cylinder in pressure to the blanket cylinder, the plate is pressed firmly into contact with the adhesive. Because this adhesive is actually laid onto a base plate, which is held in the clamp, it means that the image plate can, if necessary, be adjusted for registration. Of course, if the plates have been laid down square, then final registration is achieved through the motorized cylinder adjustment. I'm sure that you're all aware that laying plates down square can sometimes prove quite difficult for some plate makers. I apologise to any of those in the audience. Actually, the plate maker is often criticised unfairly, because in many cases, the reason a job is difficult to fit is that the operator often distorts the metal by the process of clamping and tensioning. If that distortion is irregular from unit to unit, then registration of colours can prove difficult. To summarise then, the Semigitech plate changing system provides the following advantages. Plate changing in approximately 1 minute per plate without the need for tools. Plates are not distorted, therefore unit to unit registration is easier and plates can be used over and over again. If plates are laid down out of square, they can still be adjusted. Whereas with automatic plate changing systems, if plates are laid down out of square, this often means the plate has to be discarded. This system can be retrofitted. Therefore, it is not necessary to invest thousands in replacement machinery. However, should any of you require a replacement press, try to make sure it's a KENMART rebuild. Once the demonstration is completed, our representatives here on the stand today will be happy to discuss with you the Semigitech plate changing system and also the full range of KENMART rebuilds and services. Once again, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to visit us here on the KENMART stand. And once the machine is up and running, please feel free to come forward and inspect some of the first sheets off of the machine.